morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Inside Scoop. I'm your host, Big Bubba. Along with me today is my co-host, Joey. How you doing, Joey?
Doing all right.
And as you can see here on stage, we have our good friend, local independent guru of wrestling, Corey back. Hi, Corey. How
Hello.
you doing?
I'm good.
Well, Joe, let's start off in our usual manner. Let's get to our wrestling birthdays.
Before I do this one, I want to wish, my late grandfather, who would have been 107, this past February 21st.
Okay, what's Grandpa's name?
Same as mine.
Joseph?
William Joseph.
Okay.
Junior.
Happy birthday, William Joseph Ray. God bless you, sir. 107 years old if he was still
Would have
with
been. First is the Texas Tornado, Kerry Von Erich.
Late man, okay.
February 3rd. The next one is Big Show.
Paul White, local kid from Warwick, Rhode Island.
February 8th, 53. Sensational Sherry.
Person who's passed.
February 8th.
That was also mentioned on WrestlingForum.com. I guess they mention every show. My good friend Vic Augusta's site. Definitely something to look at online.
Alondra Blaze.
Yes. Medusa Michelli herself.
February 9th, 61. Two members of the New Bloodline's dad, Haku.
Yes.
Or Ming in WCW.
Read that also on Wrestling Forum.
The scariest guy you ever
One of the nicest guys in person you'll ever want to talk to.
Oh yeah, but don't meet him in a dark alley.
Tough man. One of the toughest guys in wrestling, but one of the nicest guys, I guess, out of the ring.
Mm-hmm.
February 10th, 66. Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
I like Jim Neidhart.
February 8th.
Bret Hart called him a character. Yes, he was.
Outback Jack. From early WWE days.
Tommy Kangaroo down sport.
February 4th, 67.
I only remember seeing clips of him. I never really
Saw him wrestle.
Oh,
Saw him wrestle live, actually.
Oh, really?
Boston Garden.
nice.
The Most Dangerous Man, Ken Shamrock.
Saw him. Never met him.
February,
UFC fighter. More known for that than even wrestling.
February 11th, 61. One Man Gang / Akeem.
Behold, Akeem.
February 12th, 65.
Wow. One Gang 65?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gangrel.
Gangrel, who I've met. I met at XWA. He's in a Rumble there. Well, I'm going back a while, maybe 10 years ago. Jose Perez put me ringside. He gave me a seat right at the entrance. Gangrel was coming out. He was a surprise entrance. The lights went out and looked over at me, and I kind of gave him a fist pump, and he smiled at me because I don't think he recognized me. He didn't know me. But he split blood, kind of up, weapon up at the end, kind of went all over me, but that's just another story.
Oh wow.
February 16th, 56.
Oh, he's younger than me. Should have slapped him for doing that.
And finally, we just mentioned him in the car on the way here. The Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
Oh yeah.
Woo!
His is next week.
I know how much Corey likes that.
His birthday's next week on the 25th of next week.
70, what, 5?
5.
Yes, I thought so. Again, mentioned on WrestlingForum.com. I'm sure the Vic Augusta, he mentions every year when Rick's come out. Well, now let's get on to our death list. Now, you told me on the way down you didn't have.
I didn't have anything.
Well, I'm going to mention 2 people. 2 folks. First of all, I'm wearing the shirt of one of them. A lot of people remember Dale Earnhardt.
He was my favorite.
No pun intended. I mean, the man who's on the show for almost 20 years as a co-host, the Intimidator. He was the original Intimidator. Changed a lot of things in NASCAR. Super quick side story about the Intimidator, about Dale Earnhardt. The year before that, I was in the Daytona 500. I actually went to the event and watched it, and he did well. He won. The next year, he died. I didn't go down for that. But the next year when I flew down to, again, back to Daytona, because I used to own a house. My family owned a house in New Smyrna Beach, Florida. I wore this shirt. Yeah, I still have it. Still fits. I'm surprised. A little snug, but wore my Intimidator hat and I flew with that. Got stuck at Atlanta Airport for hours. Got my rental car and I drove down to the parking lot, right to about the spot where I saw him in 2001. I didn't speak to him. He was about 15 feet, but he acknowledged me because I had his hat and his shirt on. He acknowledged me. He gave me a thumbs up and pointed at me. I went down and the Daytona policeman pulled up next to me and he says, "What are you doing here?" I didn't even answer him. Just kind of looked at him. And the policeman said, "I think I know what you're doing. Take your time." He saw the shirt and saw the hat. Take your time. Showed me to show respect for the man who I think changed NASCAR with the restrictor plates. So people were killing themselves. Ironically, he was killed when the safety violation or safety situation.
Yeah.
So rest in peace, Dale Earnhardt. You gonna say something, Corey?
Well, I remember I was literally crying when I heard his news of his death. He was like my favorite race car driver. He was so cool and the Intimidator, like you said.
He wasn't actually cool. He was actually a tough guy to deal with. Side story for another day. It's a busy show. Now the next person, folks, I'm going to mention, and I'm going to kind of come out of character for a second here. A lot of people know me as Bubba on this show. You see it on the website, you see it on our YouTube channel. My name is Robert Burke, okay? There was a lady I just found out who just passed away this Saturday from the Taunton. I lived in Taunton for 5 years. I've met thousands and thousands and thousands of people over the years. Your local friend here, because Joey lived with him for a few years. She's in the same category as John Scanlon. Look, probably folks might have read about her. Her name is Carol Doherty. She was a state rep. Other than being a state rep, okay, she was also president of the Mass Student Council, Teachers Association. She was also, at one time, Taunton Council president. She was a guidance counselor. She did a lot for advocacy for children in this state. I'm not just in Taunton, all around the state. One of the nicest people I met, ironically, and I don't want to bring politics into the show, ironically, Kelly Duna, who's now state senator out of Taunton, who just replaced Mark Pacheco, who was there for 30 years. I was campaigning for Kelly Duna. Had a sign for Kelly Duna. I met and spoke to, nice lady, nice girl, very smart. Mrs. Doherty walked up to me, and we started talking for about 20 minutes. That's all I had. One of the nicest people, and every time I saw her, she always gave me a hug, I'd acknowledge her, she always acknowledged me. One of the nicest people I ever met. I heard she passed away this weekend. Brought a little bit of a tear to my eye because she was an extremely nice person. Everyone loved her, everyone liked her. Doesn't matter if you're a Democrat, Republican, Independent, but all that she did for students, she kind of goes into the same category maybe as ex-President Carter, who we just lost about a month or so ago. Mm-hmm. Rest in peace, Carol Doherty. You'll be remissed. A lot of people have got to think about you. My condolences goes out to her family, her friends, those who knew her. A remarkable lady and a great person. That's enough about Mrs. Doherty. I gotta go back on the character. I need my glasses on. The lights are bright. All right, Joe. Let's go on to more trying things. First of all, we didn't get through our list from the Royal Rumble. I didn't know there was extra matches. We ran out of time.
Yeah, there was a couple of title matches.
Okay.
So you already mentioned the winners of the Rumbles.
Who?
Did we already mention the Royal Rumble winners, or
what?
What?
Okay, what were the other matches?
The WWE title in a ladder match.
Yes.
Should say, well, two titles were in the ladder match, should say.
Okay.
It was Cody against Kevin Owens. Cody won that.
That was a battle and a half. Those two guys killed each other. I mean, literally killed each other. And Kevin Owens ended up getting powerbombed through a ladder. I thought he broke his neck or his back or something. But side story for those who watch wrestling. Watch it.
Yeah, Sami Zayn kind of got involved, but he didn't. But Kevin Owens sorted it wasn't enough, as we know.
Last match.
Lastly,
No,
the company.
I didn't say that.
AEW.
SmackDown Tag Titles in the 2 out of 3 falls.
Yes.
Motor City Machine Guns against DIY and DIY.
DIY went with a little interference from the Street Profits. Kind of cost Motor City Machine Guns that title. Great matches. I mean, that was a it was a good Royal Rumble. Well, I guess another good segue from the Royal Rumble. Let's go to our current, which hopefully, if we do see this in time, folks, will be this evening. For those of you who have
Actually, no.
Nope, March 1st.
A week later.
March 1st. I'm
next
sorry.
week.
It'll be a couple weeks. The Elimination Chamber. Do we have the
Got the full.
full gamut? Who's going to be in the Elimination Chamber?
Yep. And there's also a match on here too.
Okay. We'll give our predictions and discuss them for a few minutes.
The Women's Elimination Chamber. Liv Morgan. The returned Alexa Bliss. Bianca Belair. Bayley. Naomi. And the new member, Roxanne Perez.
I'm going to put Corey in the spot.
Okay.
Corey, of those 6, who do you think wins?
I think I would say I'm a little cross between. Like, I like to see something new. Like I like to see Alexa Bliss win. But I also curious about Roxanne Perez winning. She's a dark horse in that match. But a lot of people are probably going to say Bayley or something.
Joey, which one of the favorites are you going to pick? Because he always picks. Joey, if you don't know, Corey always tends to pick favorites.
It's a toss-up between 2 I got in mind. I'll go with Roxanne Perez.
Believe it or not, I'm agreeing with you. I think Roxanne Perez is going to win that match. There's great athletes. Liv Morgan's a great athlete. Alexa Bliss is my second pick. Reason being is I've heard some rumors going around online. She may be taking over the Wyatt Six. It'd be kind of interesting to have them going for the title, to have her going against, we'll discuss this after more, who's going to be the challenger, perhaps challenger. We'll discuss that in a few minutes. So, Roxanne Perez, you said...
I said Roxanne Perez too, but...
Yeah, but she's a dark horse, but the first person you
I mentioned Alexa Bliss.
Bliss. Okay.
That was my other pick too, but... now the men's elimination chamber, John Cena in his final chamber match.
Yes.
CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, Damian Priest, and Seth Rollins.
What a lineup.
Crazy.
What a lineup. The exception of Logan Paul, who's not a wrestler. He's a great athlete, but he doesn't belong in that match, in my opinion.
He's there to be a screwball and spoil it for one of the guys.
Here's a thought on that. Does LA Knight, who's not involved as of right now in the Elimination Chamber, come out and get revenge? Because last year Logan Paul got him. Does LA Knight come out and maybe take care of Logan Paul?
I'm hoping for that, but
yeah.
There's a possibility that he might screw CM Punk. As much I hate to say that because I'm a CM Punk fan.
So am I.
And because of that possibility, because I have that feeling that may happen, my pick is going to be John Cena to win that.
I'm going to say John Cena is going to win it, and I'll explain why. John Cena didn't win the Royal Rumble. John Cena, I have read online, is supposed to be going against Cody Rhodes in WrestleMania. I've read this. I don't know if it's true or not. Some of these websites I go on to have predicted that. Again, it makes sense for the reason why. I thought he was going to win the Royal Rumble. Have him win the title at WrestleMania, retire as a 17-time champion. They have to. I think they kind of almost have to do it out of respect for Cena.
I think Cena should have one more good run where it'll culminate at the Boston Garden in December. Because they're going to make a special event named after John Cena, Ruthless Aggression.
Okay. I didn't hear about that.
Yep, that's going to be John Cena's last show. It's going to be in December at the Garden.
And how about you, Joey?
I gotta go with the hometown boy I met, John Cena.
Okay. Because Kamala Anthony's not in it.
And the match here, it's an unsanctioned match.
Yes.
Sami Zayn against Kevin Owens.
That is going to be a bond burner of a two long-time, 27-year friendship. Running mates, hotel mates, car mates. They've known each other. They train together. They came up to wrestling together.
And I know how violent they can get.
Yes. My opinion, who wins that match? Me, I'll pick first.
Okay, go ahead.
I think Kevin Owens is going to win the match. Kevin Owens has got just a little bit of an edge right now. A little bit of a rough exterior edge. And, I mean, Sammy's vicious, tough as resilient as you can get somebody, but I think Kevin Owens wins that match.
But there may be a little wrinkle in that.
Okay.
From what I see, somebody's coming back.
Yeah.
That used to be friends with him.
Oh.
I saw something that Randy Orton may be coming back.
Really?
Does he have voices in his head and they talk to him?
Maybe. That'd be interesting if he gets involved in that match. Who do you think, Corey?
All right. If the match ends up being a straight up to a finish, I would say Kevin Owens, because Sami Zayn has beaten Kevin Owens a lot more than Kevin Owens beating Sami Zayn. So I would pick Kevin Owens, and I would see something different there. But if who you're talking about that might interfere in the match, maybe I would pick Sami. If that person shows up.
If his scenario happens, okay.
If that scenario happens, that is.
Okay. Well, again, I know folks were a little bit in advance with this one, but we'll say anyway. First thing I like to mention is the Hall of Fame. You know how much I'm into the Hall of Fame. I enjoy the Hall of Fame immensely. It shows respect to all the old wrestlers and people who belong at the Hall of Fame. And the WWE has already announced a second person who's going to go into the Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. Corey?
Yes, the second inductee joining Triple H at this year's Hall of Fame will be Michelle McCool, former WWE Women's Champion, and she's also the wife of Hall of Famer The Undertaker.
Carrie Calloway's mother. You didn't know their daughter's name was Carrie.
Really?
Yes. Cyrie. I think it's her daughter's first name. That's her name, which is the stage name of Michelle McCool. Cool. Well deserved. I think she belongs to the Hall of Fame. Somebody actually put something on one of my wrestling sites, and I was like, really? She doesn't belong in there. She's a snake in the grass. Who belongs in the Hall of Fame? You know what this idiot said?
What?
Damien. Who would nominate him? It would have to be
the one that crushed him, Earthquake. Oh yeah, he's dead. My bad.
But that's okay. I mean, maybe we could revive him.
Yeah.
But who would put Damien in the Hall of Fame over Michelle McCool? Stupidly or just stupid?
Yeah, very stupid.
Yes. But that's too. Who else do you think should be in this year's one? We've mentioned this several years now. We've been mentioning this.
There's a couple that's popped up on Facebook and all that.
I think I might have two picks together, a tag team that should go in because they recently signed a Legends deal.
Okay.
Demolition Axe and Smash officially got signed by WWE as Legend contract, and this is after years and years of problems.
I've met both of them a couple times. They had that big squabble with WWE. I don't know if WWE will put them in because of that reason, but they do deserve to be in.
Yeah, I think.
Joey?
Huh?
Oh, he said he had.
Oh yeah, it's one I just saw on Facebook earlier.
Okay.
People are hoping maybe Umaga will go in.
Umaga's interesting. You know, one of the members at one time of the Anoa'i family, who definitely deserves, I think, to be in this. Umaga was also part of 3 Minute Warning with Rosie. Mm-hmm. interesting pick. I'm going to say the two people I've been saying for the last 5 years. One of them has controversy. Actually, I found out a little bit behind the scenes why the other person is not in yet either. One of them who I met in Revere, Scott Bam Bam Bigelow.
Oh.
Little controversy because he actually also sued WWE. A lot of people don't know that. I read about that. And the other one, okay, she was asked, and she says, I don't want to. I think she has to be convinced to.
I know who you're talking about.
Cyndi Lauper. She was asked, and she declined. She says, I don't want to be in the WWE Hall of Fame. Because she thinks they did her wrong. She didn't give her enough accolades of what you did, and I don't know why. That people let's go in. Now that we've gone to Elimination Chamber, we've gone through the pre-show to WrestleMania, which is the Hall of Fame. Let's go into the couple matches we already have listed for WrestleMania.
The world title, Gunther against Jey Uso.
Unbelievable match. Should be a good match. And I've read this somewhere. I think Jey Uso is going to win that match because I heard Gunther wants to take some time off. Wants to spend time with his baby. His wife just had a baby 4 months ago.
Wow.
So he wants to take. He's due to have some time off. I've been hopping on Gunther for a while now. I mean, love or hate the guy. The guy can wrestle. He can wrestle with you. Makes you look good.
And the second match.
How about you, Joe? Pick.
I'm going with Uso.
Okay.
It's a yeet.
I too will pick the Yeet.
Yeet. Okay.
Can he dance the yeet?
So therefore, the winner of the Royal Rumble on the men's side will have to go against Cody. That's what we kind of mentioned earlier. All right.
Actually, no, the winner of the men's
Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well,
That's the winner of the Royal Rumbles.
the women's elimination chamber
so
going
we
against Rhea.
all picked
Right.
John Cena. So
It'd be John Cena against Cody Rhodes.
Who do you think who would win? Cody or John? Who do you think is going to win?
I think John, for the reason why I said.
Yeah.
I've read it. I've read that they want to give John the 17th title so he can retire as a world champion and pass Ric Flair's mark of 16.
Yeah, I think I'm going to pick John Cena too, just because.
Okay, and your last match there,
The SmackDown women's title, Tiffany Stratton against Charlotte.
it'd be Tiffy time against Charlotte. I think Charlotte is going to obliterate Tiffy Stratton. Tiffy Stratton, I think, is a paper champion. She's a good athlete, but I mean, Fallon Hensley beat her in NXT. I think Tiffy's really getting too big of a push. Good character, good everything, but you can't beat Charlotte Flair. She shouldn't be beating Charlotte Flair. She does. So that makes the winner of the women's Royal Rumble
Go against Rhea.
America goes against Rhea. So wouldn't that be a good match? Who we said Roxanne Perez against Rhea?
Elimination, yeah.
Kind of the old NXT and
Against
new
the
NXT.
new NXT, yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be fantastic.
Black and Gold versus 2.0.
Couple more minutes. First, I want to mention Corey's wearing a shirt for it. Corey, give us some information, an update about on our independent circuit.
Well, on March 8th, there's an independent promotion that hasn't been seen since before the pandemic. We call it Rhode Island Championship Wrestling, or for short RICW. But yeah, they're returning March 8th for a show for the first time. They were a promotion that mostly lived in a place called the Chop Shop, which was
Shot 2, yeah.
and the Chop Shop 1 in Broadway.
Yep.
And in Pawtucket, but they were mostly an underground promotion where they like going into the smaller mill danky places.
Okay. Also, the RWA, which is the hat you're wearing, had to cancel their show because of the snow we had this past weekend. T. Phoenix decided to cancel the show for the safety of the fans and for his talent, which is coming from all over Massachusetts and New England area, some of them. When is their next show? That's going to be March.
I think it's going to be March 11 or maybe March 15. I think it could be March 11, maybe. I got to look, but it's called Lux for Losers. It's their next show. It's going to be at the Rosary again.
Oh, it's going to be at the church.
They'll be at the church.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know. I knew
Yep.
you would know that.
Yeah, it'll be
also,
at the church. Yep.
another match I'd like to mention is a company I haven't mentioned in a while. LPW has the Lucky Lottery, they call it. I believe that's happening again. We see these folks on Saturday, so it'll be tonight in Leominster. Look it up, Lucky Pro Wrestling, LPW, and you'll get some information on that if you want to take a ride out and see a good show in Leominster. It's a hike, but it's worth the show. I've been to several LPW shows. Very quickly, we have another minute or two to talk about people in WWE who don't work for them anymore. We mentioned this briefly on the way in. Let's mention quickly, very quickly, who got released by WWE if you folks didn't hear this yet. I didn't read it yet. Joe, do you know a couple?
Sonya Deville.
Yeah.
Who's it? The OG. Oh, the OC. Sorry, the OC.
Yeah, the OC, Kyle Anderson and Luke Gallows. Just had a birthday, didn't he, recently, Festus? A couple shows ago. Now, Corey, how about you? A couple people, quickly?
I'm trying to remember, man. I wish I looked it up again. But I know a few people. No.
Wasn't Michan. Michan's still with the company.
Yeah, Michan's still here. Yes, she's still in the company. But yeah.
Okay, let me help you for
Yeah,
lack of
please.
time,
Yeah.
okay? The AOE or the
Authors of
Office of
Pain.
AOP, the Office of Pain, Reza Akbar, and Precious Paul Oren have been released.
Yeah.
Giovanni Vinci, the other member of Imperium.
Oh,
has been
yes.
released. And guess we mentioned Sonya Deville, part of the Pure Catch Alliance, Allegiance, whatever the name is, has been released. WWE's powering off people. It's not just people in the government. WWE's got enough people too. Unbelievably, it's. If I forgot someone, like Isla Dawn.
Isla Dawn, yeah.
Alba Fire's former WWE and NXT tag champion has been released.
Yeah.
Forgot about her. I just
Yeah, and her last match was on social media, that Speed promotion title stuff.
Yep.
She lost, of course.
Wow, I can't believe this half hour's gone this quickly. I'd like to thank AACS for having us. I'd like to thank our director for directing us. Those folks who watch us, Joey's List. Again, I want to end our show. Our thoughts and prayers are with the folks up in Canada who had a little bit of a plane crash. And of course, rest in peace, Carol Doherty, State Representative, President of Teachers Union, did a lot for the people in Taunton and the children of the area. Until our next show, take care, folks. Have a good night. Thanks for watching.